The following material may contain sex, coarse language, and violence.
Of course! Of course!
So here you all are, standing in what appears to be a basement, a cellar. It's stone and it has stairs leading up.
Why did you take that with you?
Take what? I had to bring Seraphine with me, or she was left behind. Is there anything else? You've seen it before. Look elsewhere, find us a way out.
Are there stairs?
I've been wearing this all... Oh, okay, I'll find Seraphine a bit more for you. Just find us a way out.
Okay. Start heading up the stairs.
Okay, at the top there is a thick oaken door.
Try to open.
It opens.
I will peer out before opening it entirely. To see what is on the other side.
On the other side is a dark alleyway. It is nighttime. There is a group of huddled figures in hoods meeting, sort of furtively talking over by a big water butt. Big barrel. There is sludgy snow built up into the corners, but mostly there appears to be water flowing and dripping and trickling.
Also, I'm guessing
like
it's
the melt
cold
is
as hell when that.
like the melt has happened. It is cold. These figures are rather furtive, and suddenly, as you're watching there, a guardsman comes round the corner, and the three turn around, and they have. One of them has a crossbow pulled out from under his cloak, and he points it at the guard. Several other robed figures emerge out of the shadows surrounding the guard. They have like axes and cudgels, and like one of them has a bow. And the guard's like, "Ah, cripes! What's going on here?" A figure in the middle goes, "Oh my God, the guards have found us. I surrender." In surprise at this, his fellow fires the crossbow bolt, and which kills the guardsman. And there's an amount of furtive panic as you can hear more guards coming from down the alley.
Sapphira, what's happening?
They all turn around to look at you, and the middle figure goes, "Oh God, it's more guards! I surrender!"
Well, we are behind you, waiting for you.
I didn't know you'd come up.
Yeah.
Come up the stairs as well.
At least open the door so we can see out.
The guards are coming, you idiot! We have to get out of here. No, we're done for. There's no
Through
point.
here.
What?
I'll open the door a bit.
We did surrender to them. Oh, right, then let's go. The other supporters disappear into the background, and the three figures come over to your door and pass in.
Close the door.
So, where's the way out?
You just came through it.
So we're trapped in here?
No, we can get out. But
We may have to surrender.
Who are you?
I go by many names. Know that I fight for your freedom. Why are you naked?
Well, we just came through.
Why are you naked? Oh. Oh! I surrender.
Then hand me your weapon.
You have one axe. He can't use any weapon.
I don't know. Anyone else got a weapon that want to surrender?
Are we doing that?
It seems like it.
Yeah, the third figure stops him from handing over. Don't be idiots. So are we truly trapped in here?
What's this about fighting for freedom?
We fight for your freedom from the oppression of the wicked forces that would take it from you. That's as much as we can say. We can't let on that we're revolutionaries fighting against the evil Archduke. The second cow just goes to look at it.
How fortuitous.
You mean Roman, right?
It is unsafe to say such things in the open.
We're not in the open. This is a very thick door.
We don't know that we can trust you.
He's Saphiro.
The Saphiro? The one who let the 9 out of the tump and overthrew and killed the poor young Duke's brother to the north?
He's still alive when we left.
Yeah.
All propaganda spread
The
like
Saphiro who consorted to have dark priests of the Dark One enter the kingdom?
Well, that one was an accident.
That was a misunderstanding.
That's some misunderstanding.
All I knew was that
Saphiro, the rat traitor.
rat traitor.
You might be just the man we're looking for. Incidentally, now that you're out there, you feel a sort of completeness again.
Okay.
The old man tottering around down below, still praying madly, in between bouts of weeping.
I'll actually say excuse myself and then go down and speak with him.
Would you like to surrender to the little boy now? I got nervous and panicked, okay?
I'll hand him a bag of eggs. If you have a sword, I'll have a sword. And no, I'll use the axe before.
Oh. No, you'd best hang on to it. It seems that you could use it better than I.
No.
I've never been one for fighting.
Do I recognise this person at all?
No, you've
Not
never,
even a chance. It's just no point rolling if I have no chance.
Do you have any
If Mara was here, she'd recognise the face in the second cowl. But she is not.
Did you have any spare clothes?
Oh, yes, take my robe.
Thanks.
It's just a hooded... It's a sinister hooded conspiracy robe. You know the kind.
Can I have one for my friend here?
The bigger fellow will take off his. Now, robeless, this gentleman who appears to be leading the group is a cauliflower-headed gent of moderate proportions, wearing what looks to be rather appropriately green and brown medieval clothing.
It's like a tunic with like chain under.
Yeah, a little bit.
Like chain under the.
Bitches.
It's like like it'd be like a
Yeah.
chain T-shirt, but with like a.
I bet his
green
name's
shirt.
Dave.
I bet you his name's Rog Blake.
Yeah. Dun 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 dun.
Because everyone has got this by now, and if you haven't, you're not a nerd. Yes, so... you have 2 robes.
I'll drape the robe around Seraphine.
I'll get the other one just.
Why put the robe on?
She's all messed up.
Yes.
Saphira, can you use your powers now?
I'm at the bottom of the stairs.
Saphira, can you use your powers now?
Shh! Keep it down, the guards will hear you. One of them opens the door crack and peeks out and then shuts it very quickly.
Saphira, can you use your powers now?
I know the most suspicious thing in the
moment, I'm-
universe, right?
Just checking on grandfather. Are you alright?
He's praying constantly. Mostly in thankfulness.
Okay. I'll head back up. Leave him for now and head back up. And, yeah.
Try to heal Seraphine.
Keep in mind you are all incredibly tired.
The question is, where is Lee?
Hey, Toy.
Wait.
Heal your wounds.
You know the little Asian man?
Yes, Lee.
He's, safe. We were able to get him out of the city.
We may need to...
Where did he say he needed to go?
He said, he, would stay out of the, city until you were ready to leave. We didn't know he meant you at the time. He said something about a voice making him stay around, but not...
Interfere.
Yeah.
If my healing works, Seraphine got 5 HP back, so it's not a lot. But...
It worked. A cleric. Yes, it heard that he was a fallen paladin.
Not quite. I was never a paladin.
So you admit your lies, the bigger ones is.
More of a
Are
misconception.
you sure this is the kind of man we want? It sounds like everything that bastard said was true.
I'm not going to deny any of the things I have done. As much as some of it is also propaganda.
If only they knew the real Rome.
I think they do.
Don't think we don't.
No. He's worse than you think.
That's impossible. Ever since the Lord Regent has arrived, the city has become a prison.
He's also really annoying to kill. I froze him into an icicle and then pushed him into a bottomless pit.
Someone had tried an assassination attempt on him in the first week. It failed.
Did they not get the right group?
We don't know.
No,
I wasn't in charge then.
I think he's dragon marked.
But then he can only work so many times.
I think Roman is dragon marked.
It did.
How else do you think he got the dragon cult onto the side? How else do you think he came back those times?
Why would he be a chosen one?
But did you not listen when they said that chosen ones weren't necessarily good?
The chosen one.
Down!
Do you have a base of operations or something?
Oh, we're not dumb enough to take you right there. We'll move you to a safe house until we are sure you can be trusted.
In the safe house, please.
Thank God you don't have that necromancer with you.
Necromancer?
I think the two. I'll look at Adrian
Well,
and shut up.
The bandit group of Saphira, the rat traitor, is said to contain one dark paladin worshipper of the Dark One, which we believe is propaganda for you. An Amazon woman,
Yeah.
an elf, a foreigner, and a Sosarian necromancer.
I'm not Caesarian or a necromancer!
Damn it, Adrian.
I'll push my way
What
up.
was that? Could have been a giraffe dying.
Oh god. Quiet.
What's a giraffe? You know, one of them big animals. What big animals you ever seen? Your mum. My mum ain't no animal. No, she's another kind of thing, what you find down at the whore pits. What would that be then? You know, a guardsman. But you're a guardsman! Fuck off, you're a guardsman. The noises fade further away. You got lucky.
I will push my way. I'll hand you Seraphine.
Oh, thanks.
She's in a robe, the robe anyway. And I'll make my way up to the doorway.
Okay.
And then I will check through it. After hold my ear against it, listen for a count of 20.
There's a guardsman standing over the dead body of a guardsman.
Mr.
That's about it.
Mr. Your name?
Don't tell him your name, Blake.
Shush. There's a guard
Thanks.
outside the door. If they wish to check doorways, they'll come in. Shush. We must wait in silence.
Why don't we just go further down into the room and talk?
Because you're not quiet.
Thanks, Solon. I really appreciate you too.
If you wish to survive,
I just want my stuff back.
well then call your staff.
That'll all be held in the palace. Which is right there.
To be able to get our stuff back.
Getting around anywhere these days is difficult. We're not even going to try until we're sure you can be trusted. Now we'll wait here until things calm down, and in the morning we'll move you to a safe house.
Well, if we're waiting here, I'm gonna go sleep over there.
If you must.
Can you at least bring us some food?
Well, I've got a sandwich on me you can have. But we don't want to get spotted at night. There's curfew.
Very well, we shall wait. We have water. Oh no, we don't.
Your choices are actually rather limited. You can either wait or get caught by guards.
We choose to wait.
Well, then we should rest.
How is Seraphine? Is she
Blake
any
says,
better?
I'll keep first watch.
I'll check Seraphine. Is she any better?
She appears to be asleep.
Okay.
Take her down below.
Yeah. I'm like, take Seraphine and put her down somewhere, and then I'll sleep. Because I'm tired as fuck.
Sulin, you should sleep with Seraphine. It's cold and your mutual body heat will keep you warm. That's all I mean.
Why does this seem disappointed?
Hey, you can be as disappointed as you like.
I was going to say something like that.
I will do as asked, because it is the logical thing.
Okay, cool. Fan art of that can be sent to dungeonmasterchief@gmail.com.
Spooning. I'd like a copy.
I've just need to back up at this
3x6969 at Hotmail. Okay. So you guys get actual rest for 2 hours.
Cool story, bro.
Better than nothing, man.
Doesn't do anything.
Oh. No, well, like, it's still rest, though.
Before I
It
get
just
to
doesn't heal
Stealth Praetor tour, I'll thank him for delivering me from that horrible place. And apologise for doubting him.
Okay, so daytime eventually occurs, and you are roused from your slumbers, and you are taken up into the city.
Half of us are still naked.
Additional cloakings have been bought
Okay.
to cover your naked.
If you insist.
Hopefully with hoods so that nobody seen us recognise us.
Yeah. I think me and Solon are probably the only ones. Oh, I suppose Seraphine. You might not be recognised necessarily by face, but I'll be recognised by ear, and Solon will be recognised by eye.
Of course, they'll see me.
Yeah.
How else are they going to see you?
Yeah, they'll be looking at Sulan's eyes.
Yeah,
But she's wearing this big, like,
I made my
covering
choice.
cloak, I assume.
So, you arrive out of the Barbican, and right across the Broadway street there, you can see the palace grounds with the palace rising up. There are an astonishing number of guards. Way more than there used to be.
Do any of them look like former Templars or Benedar?
Not really.
Okay.
He's a conspiracy guy.
What's the general condition of their attire?
Professional.
Okay, so they don't look like they've run down and the country's
No.
still out of money and all that kind of stuff.
No, they don't. There's many guards on the street, people don't look at them. You pass it, you'll bustle past a town cry who says, "Hear thee, hear thee! Hear thee news of the day! Armies of the north, treacherous against the king, have been put down by the footmen of his Lord Regent Duke Roman. Duke Roman the wise, Duke Roman the strong, he of the no-cell. Hear thee, hear thee! Revolutionary forces caught in speakeasy over the night. No guards lost, an easy capture of over 10 revolutionary agents who shall be put to death. None may stand in the way of the king and the Lord Regent. Also, God's bless the Prime Minister, who was taken ill suddenly as well." You continue to pass down Attic B Street. And they'll tell you, "We're very sorry, but we have to take you into a more disreputable area of town. Most of our safe houses in the better areas are at risk of compromise."
Honestly, as long as we don't have to fight anyone along the way, I'll go where it.
Indeed.
Well, who will know? The city is no longer safe. Hear thee, city safer than it has ever been, thanks to Lord Duke Roman. Well, God, he's handsome and stuff.
Was it safe before? I mean, the Thieves Guild tried to mug us at least 3 times.
We're hoping to come to a deal with the Thieves Guild, aren't we? Yes, well, maybe, we'll see.
I mean, just realistically, if anyone...
Turn onto the scours. You guys have your map, right?
No, you took it back every time. You really...
Oh, well, you guys need to hang on to that.
I mean, realistically, the Thieves Guild are probably the only organisation with the resources to do anything.
Yes, but business has been never better for them at the moment. There's actually money going around in the richest elements of society. Lots of things to steal.
Let me guess, only in the richest end of society.
Hear thee, strict new rules regarding inns and innkeeping to improve safety for merchant travellers. You hit Treacle Mine Road. Briefly. And find yourself on Elm Street.
It's like we're home.
Yeah, it's
Race.
been a while.
You pass the new boyfriend, and you turn down Paradise into the shades, wherein you make a quick turn down a seedy alley, down some steps into another cellar. Numerous people look up, like, "Oh, Duke, who have you brought with you this time?" "I believe I've brought more allies for our revolution against the imperialist fascist forces of Duke Roman and his pigs." And there's a world-weary look that passes around the room.
Hello.
And we're just expected to trust these gibbons.
You do not recognize us?
That one looks like a necromancer. I've seen pictures.
Adrian, stay thy tongue.
Adrian the necromancer from Burmany.
Yeah, he got it right. He got part of it right.
Yeah.
The necromancer. Necromancer part.
Shut up, Sulin.
Can't be. Sulin, the man-woman.
And woman.
It said that she had sex with a man and stole his strength.
Not yet.
And the unconscious one must be the foreigner.
Elf, actually.
And they're not foreign.
Well, you know, we have another foreigner.
I'm not from here.
Well, I don't think any of us. I suppose we're all foreigners.
And a random old man who really looks like the traitor. He's quite famous.
You know what he looks like?
Well, kind of.
The only traitor in our midst is Duke Roman and his men.
You know, is he really a duke when Casper is the duke?
You mean the dead one, Casper from up north, who is dead?
He's dead?
Yes,
Were you
executed.
not here during the... You were probably unconscious.
Executed by Roman using his foul poisons.
I thought that was how he killed his father.
You see?
Was.
Proof, more proof. He's a bastard and we need to kill him.
Indeed. We need to get that sword off of him too. It is an affront that he has that.
Gives him a degree of legitimacy in the eyes of the people, that's for sure.
Well, considering he just stole it from Saphira, huh?
Yes, it appears that just taking something from somebody else is enough to warrant you owning it in the eyes of the people.
Most of the people believe his stories. No, come on, they see the truth, they just don't want to admit it. Most of the people believe.
They do, they're not just scared of it.
And that.
Thank you for your hospitality and willing to take us in, based on our word.
I wish I could call it hospitality, but you must understand I have to ask you to not try and leave.
That is fair enough.
Does Roman tell stories about the time that he died to you and to on with when he fought you while you were alone with one of his henchmen?
I'm sure he doesn't mention that.
Oh.
You mean the attempted murder, where his brave henchman sacrificed himself to save Roman from near death at the hands of the blasphemous traitor, Saphiro the Dragon Consorter.
Wasn't he
What? No, that was the Frostwalker that was consorting with the dragon. And technically, we did too, because it gave us a ride.
Frostwalker, listen to the voice spin tales.
Well, it was-
Next it'll be giants and goblins from the north.
Well, actually, that's what we had to fight in the north.
And it was Roman who was in league with the dragon priests.
Yeah.
Why must we stay here? I wish to get my things.
There are a number of reasons. One, your things are in the palace. You can't get them.
Then I wish to get things.
Two, with what?
I have ways.
Zulun is quite simple. They wish us to prove our loyalty
Three,
and worth.
we don't want you to go anywhere yet because we want to use you for our purposes of revolution. And we don't want you to leave. 4, we don't want you to get caught by the guards or any counter-revolutionary forces. And 5, we can't risk you being caught by religious forces either.
But I am a religious force.
No, we mean that ever since Duke Roman has taken over,
The followers of Faradar.
I feel uneasy being here. I need to get out and move. I don't feel well.
It's not the time. You'll put us in danger if you leave now, Zulun.
the sooner we can complete our checking around, the sooner you can begin moving around there.
Is Jamie Lee okay?
Don't know who that is.
I was about to suggest perhaps if you want a character reference for us, Jamie Lee, the new boyfriend.
The new boyfriend.
We passed it on the way
How
here.
long have you been in that pit?
What's the date?
I don't know. Let me look it up. And, today is Defoy, 24th of Garaloth.
Well, we went into the pit on the 19th of Garaloth.
So you've been gone 5 days now.
I'll take your word for that.
But we were also north for
Months.
at least 2 months.
So what is wrong with the new boyfriend?
Well, no innkeeper there or anywhere else is going to give character references to you louts. That'll be putting their own heads on
They
the
would
block.
too, and we wouldn't like that of her.
No, true.
You could ask the Fighters Guild.
That would be the same.
Yeah.
The Fighters Guild has been closed by order of the Duke.
So what happened to
Possible location of treasonous dissent and rebellious fighters.
Wait, this could work to our advantage. I mean, assuming that they weren't all
So
executed.
Blake and the other one leave.
Assuming they weren't all executed, that means there is a whole guild of fighters out there who will be opposed to Duke Roman.
True.
If they can be spared to our cause,
I mean, you could ask the captain of the guard.
assuming he hasn't been replaced.
If it's still the captain of the guard, he would do what is.
our enemies. Don't you understand that?
He would always said he would do what is best for the king.
This clearly isn't best for the king.
He's either not there or he's keeping his trap shut.
I believe
laying
so.
low.
I'll
Same
be-
with your friend.
I'll be more concerned about his second.
We don't have enough information since our absence.
I hope Charles is okay.
He doesn't want to see you though.
Well, no, I actually have something to bring him. When I get it back.
If you get
Hasn't that
back.
always been the case, though?
No scribbles was here.
Who scribbled?
He's my little friend.
He's a rat.
Ooh, yeah, we could use that round here. Haven't had a good rat potty in ages.
He's not to be eaten. He's a smart, intelligent rat.
I was just joking. Who'd eat a disease-carrying filth bag?
He's not filthy.
He's clean. Well, at least last I saw him, he was. Poor little guy. Anyway, how's Seraphine? She doesn't appear to have got much better.
He's sleeping.
Well, if nothing's happening now, I'm going to rest myself. I still don't feel well.
It's probably because of the mask.
I'm not wearing it, so I'll go off into the corner.
May I assume you all choose to take rest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should go to the bathroom. Saphira, wake up! It's just a dream.
Wait. How did you know that it was a nightmare I was having?
Well, because I was there. Kind of. Solon killed me.
Okay.
No, you don't get a hit point for doing that.
If dream kills work, then I'll be killing a lot in my dream.
But Seraphine's right there. Who would know?
What time is it?
Time for you to be up and about.
How's Seraphine? Is she...
Probably feeling as bad as me.
Seraphine is eating
Oh,
at one of the low tables.
thank Tor, you're alright.
Yes, all right. I'm all right.
You're alive. What happened?
Jury's still out on that one.
I mean, if you don't want to talk about it, but
I'd rather not.
fair enough. Did you know Were you aware of what was going on when we found you?
Where did you find me? Last thing I remember was a big creature and then
We found you lying down near a pool of water covered in cuts and bruises.
that sounds typical. You're not easy to know.
I'm sorry?
Thank you.
I'll smile at that.
This is true, this is my fault. This is
And
come down upon all of us.
unfortunately, I'm in rather a conundrum.
Oh?
Well, naturally I want to stay around and help you, but I was commanded to return immediately back to my employer now that the business in the north is taken care of, and the two are at odds.
Where is your employer, if you don't mind my asking?
I don't mind at all.
Don't you want to get your stuff back, though?
It would be nice, but they are only things.
I can ask no more of you. I have already caused you too much pain. I'm sorry. I did not mean for any of this to happen.
Gee, you see, I was right to try and have him killed.
Yes, you were.
Well, we knew that pretty quickly.
Yes.
You know, after Saphira killed him.
He just doesn't seem to stay dead.
I'm telling you, dragon marks. He must be on his last resurrection by now, though.
If your theory is correct. You should do whatever you feel is best, Seraphine. I will not ask you to do anything further for us.
Well, like I said, I don't know what is best.
I mean, if you could go beyond the city and find other allies who could help us get rid of Duke Roman, then perhaps. But
Now would be the time to roll some kind of insight check.
He got a
Natural
natural
20,
20, so I'm not going to.
Well, she got a 1,
okay.
so she has no chance of disguising that seems to be very much like on a button there.
So what does the insight check actually get me?
Well,
Aside from
she seems to be become very evasive when you mention if she could leave the city, would she know anyone who could help overthrow Roman,
okay,
particularly in relation to her employer.
you know someone, don't you?
Um,
The person you're working for could help us, couldn't they?
is
Forgive me for taking advantage of your weakened state. Your normal facade does not seem to be as strong right now, my dear.
I wonder why. It is possible, I suppose.
Then you could kill two birds with one stone, so to speak. Return to your employer, and
Outside
Enjoying
interference isn't necessarily a good thing.
we need all the help we can get, and he might not expect interference from the outside.
The problem is, my actual employer is out of the country at the moment, but there are already so many calling. I said too much.
So, I mean, if there's any information you can give us to help us. I mean, I know I said I can't ask anything more of you, but
I suppose there would be, if you would swear not to tell anyone.
I swear on Tor's name that I will not tell anyone.
And she'll take you aside outside of the earshot of Adrian,
Okay.
and she'll say, I have for some time been employed by Duke Alex of De Winter.
He would be perfect. He has the respect of the people here, more than probably anyone.
Too many people have been asking him to overthrow the cursed king. But this is Duke Roman.
That's not the cursed king. Because I assume I infer, I should say, that he is reluctant to do so because it would be
Consider it
treasonous.
treason.
Yes. But would he consider overthrowing Roman treason?
But it's one small step, isn't it? I don't know. All I can do is pass on my information and...
If I could just prove that the curse was actually real,
It doesn't matter.
doesn't it?
Not now. How do we even know the king lives still?
The thing is, if Duke Winter were to overthrow Roman, he would put King Stephen back in charge if he were alive, correct?
I don't know. He is displeased with how the kingdom is going. If he saw it in the people's best interests for him to oversee things as another Lord Regent, then he might replace King Stephen.
What about the rightful heir to the throne? I mean, who actually is that?
King Stephen? His son? If his son is alive still? And Roman hasn't killed him? I mean, you remember that young squire that we helped leave the city was going to find King Stephen's son and bring him back
Yes.
for some reason. One must assume that he's either succeeded or failed by now.
Given the circumstances, it was probably better if the squire had failed.
The question is, do I leave now or do I stay and help and then leave when we're done?
We may need Duke Winter's help. We may not be able to be done until we have that.
I must think on it more.
Of course. I will leave this up to you and not try not to influence you any further.
Blake comes back in.
Ah, Mr. Blake.
So we've been asking around about you.
I hope it didn't put any of your men in danger. It must be a tricky thing to do and still maintain an amount of secrecy.
We have our ways and we know how to do things. So it seems you have a history of violence against the Duke. Then you need to join our revolution and put an end to his evil tyranny and put the king back on the throne.
I'm not sure putting the king back on the throne is the best thing.
You speak of treason
Well,
against
technically,
the beloved king.
King Stephen is cursed.
Cursed with Roman.
And that may be just part of his
As bad
curse,
as
but
things were before, they were better than they are now. What, would you just have no king?
well, there has to be a better option, right?
Just have all the peasants run around doing whatever?
No, I mean, has to be something. Somebody has to be put in charge. But
The king. And if it should turn out that the king is responsible for our woes, as the Lord Roman claims, then he should die too.
one step at a time, then.
This tyranny of Roman must end.
That is certain.
And to that end, I have already decided that you are all going to help us. Or you must leave the city. We cannot risk having you around if you're not on our side.
We were going to do this anyway.
All I want is my stuff back, then I'll leave.
Have you tried calling for it again?
That didn't work, remember?
It may not work because we're under the...
No, I did it before and you just laughed at me. I'm not going to do it again. Except maybe in secret.
I heard that. Not rubber one.
So the other rogue figure beside him pulls back his hood and says, "Oh, it looks like you managed to get yourself in trouble again, boy."
Well, yeah, kind of.
No infant channeler no good without his spell book anyway.
Did you tell him that you found his thing again?
Oh, yeah. All the stuff that was stolen from me, I found the medallion. And also, there was something from Vrethos the Grand. That's all in the palace.
Of course it is. Heaven forbid you ever actually successfully deliver anything.
Well, you know...
This is the group that couldn't even make one sausage go from one part of the city to another.
That turned out to be a good thing. There was a sausage conspiracy.
Intentions aside, they are incompetent at the simplest of things.
How does this news spread?
Town criers, tavern wenches.
Town criers talk about guard business.
God, well, not anymore, but back when they were not getting paid anything for money. Besides which, the failure to escort the sausage was famous. We should pay you just for the entertainment of that alone. But I'm not going to.
How does this become news?
You know, there's probably a reward on their heads, Blake. Keep the useful ones and toss the useless ones in for some extra money.
I really wish I had my wand of destruction again right now.
Can't do that. Who would throw anyone to Roman is a traitor to the proletariat. If you're determined, Blake, I won't stand in your way, but you might at least want to equip them.
If somebody could smuggle our items back, then...
Good luck. Roman is displaying your items as a trophy in the main room. We won't be getting those back. I understand your various magical utilities have been absconded with by the Grey Robes he commands. So you'll need a spell book again.
Told you.
Fortunately for you, I have yours.
Oh, really?
Yes, while I was still employed at the palace, I stole it.
Oh, that's great.
I don't have it with me.
Oh.
In order to get it back, you'll have to go on a long and arduous mission through the sewers.
There's only rats down there,
To
right?
its secret... Rats and guards.
Oh, there are guards too?
Not many. Those who displease Roman are given sewer guarding duty, as they believe that the revolutionary elements use the sewers to move about in. This is only slightly true.
Wait. Let me get this straight. Roman thinks that revolutionaries use the sewers, so he puts the guards, who may in fact become revolutionaries themselves and be traitors, in the sewers to hunt down the revolutionaries.
And at what part did I say Roman was a smart man?
I just wanted to... Thank you.
Yes, he calls it the Saphiro Doctrine. Those who get above their station should be put back in the shit where they belong, he said.
Well, Roman belongs in that pit in Icicle.
You really believe he deserves judgment?
I think he has been
Everyone-
judged.
Well, yeah.
deserves
He
judgment.
tried to kill us at least 4 times.
Now, Blake, I believe we were going to discuss rates for my potions. They've gone up, you know. Ingredients are harder to get. Of course. I surrender to your judgment.
Wait, so what was this about having to go through the sewer?
That's it, Charles. Just bankrupt the revolutionaries. That's going to help their cause.
Good.
I see he's unfamiliar with sarcasm.
Yep. Unless wielding it himself.
Sewer journey.
Oh, that, yes. Right. You'll have to wait till the tides are low, otherwise you won't make it. But you remember how to get to my former dwelling.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Go past there, turn right. You have to go through the wheel locks. Your book is hidden in an oilskin sack tied to a rock at the bottom of the drainage pits.
Okay.
It's the most rat-infested area of the entire region, and they're all driven mad and vicious by the presence of a magical item.
Of course they are.
You'll have to be brave and strong and well-equipped, so you'll want to take others with you.
Just raised my eyebrows, basically.
Nothing's ever easy. Nothing's ever easy.
If it was easy, everyone would do it.
Well, yeah, it would be great. Then we wouldn't have to do it. I wouldn't have to traipse around up north, gathering some stupid rings to make a stupid army to do a stupid...
Death is
Come on,
heavy
Adrian,
as a
admit
mountain.
that was pretty cool. Come on, admit it.
You fucked the priestess of the Dark One!
Was she hot?
Mm-hmm.
Neat.
Now, Mr. Blake, what is it that we can do for you?
Well, once you've got his little bookie work...
But
For
we need our
whatever
equipment
reasons.
in order to help him out get his bookie work.
Ah,
I mean, his... Now I'm doing it.
Thanks, Saphira.
I'm assuming some conspiracy robes will not be the limit of your needs.
We need weapons.
Right, so your first mission will be to mug some guards for their weapons.
I can only use blunt weapon.
Ugh.
What?
There's a table leg over there.
It's not a very sufficient weapon. Also, that table will become very rickety and useless.
God. Well, you want a club.
What did Belloc do with his mace? The one that Mara damaged?
The one that went over the edge of the...
Hey, what do you know of Mara?
Well,
She used to be part of our group. She's a werewolf.
Now.
Look, I know she's manipulative and treacherous, but that's no reason to go labeling people werewolves.
No,
she's
literal werewolf.
literally a werewolf. She got bitten by a werewolf.
This is from the same group of people that thought the Heart of Winter was a real thing.
It is a real thing! We went to Winterhome!
Whatever little
Ah! I hate you! I hate all of you!
Not much of a neophyte, is he?
Sick of people not listening to me.
Well, when you're not a piece of shit, they will listen to you. And right now, you're a naked, long-haired faggot.
To be fair, we got
This-
given robes. And clothing.
You've got conspiracy robes.
Yeah.
That's like a tinfoil hat, these.
No, but they believe us because they're the ones that gave it to us.
No, they're the ones that really don't believe because they gave it to us.
Look, you can believe what you want. We're just here to help.
Right, so your first job will be to mug some guards for some gear.
And what do we mug them with when we don't even have gear?
Table legs over there. She's apparently capable of destroying horses with her bare hands.
I still have spells left.
He's probably memorized color spray twice.
Well, yeah, it's the most efficient way if we're going to get into a fight.
It's worked so
Well, he's not wrong. Don't give me that look. So, I'd wait for the night when there's more of them around and they're spread out more.
Or we
better
could,
chance of finding one on his own.
or we could go into the sewers. You see, there weren't many down there.
Yeah, but they tend to be... How do I put this? A little rougher, and do you really want gear that smells like poo?
It's gonna smell like poo when we go down there afterwards anyway.
The other thing is like, they're going to be more alert down there because they're specifically looking for sneaking individuals as opposed to the ones wandering around in the streets just keeping a curfew. I mean, it's like, one will be harder to mug and the other will be very easy to mug. Comparatively. I mean, what would you rather have? A guy with a weapon in his hand expecting a rat to jump out of the shadows at any minute, ready to take a swing at anything that moves? Or some fat dullard wandering around the streets ringing a bell saying, "It's such and such and all is well"? What sounds like an easier mark to you?
Sulan, you're the expert here. What could you do? I would not be able to take a guard by surprise. That would be dishonourable.
I could try. I mean, with the right gear to start off with.
Do you guys have any money left over in the bank?
I do.
Oh yeah, money
In the bank? Oh yeah, I got plenty in the bank.
Well, then you could just go get that and buy equipment.
No, that's the problem.
Where are our
We
letters
don't.
of rights?
We don't trust our letters of rights. No, we don't. No, we don't need the letter of rights. We can go into the
If they
bank,
recognise us, yeah.
but we don't want to go to Ben Hadar
Because they might be in league.
because they might be in league. So
exactly.
we're
We already know they're at odds with Ferris Adar.
The local one, do we know that?
You don't know shit.
Exactly.
Wait, did they seize their funds?
Well, the Crown has tried to claim that any revolutionary funds held by a private financial institution should be turned over to the Crown, but as yet the clerical organizations of Benadar have refused to turn over private banking funds.
So Benadar is still...
As neutral as ever.
What I was getting at is, I mean, what's the likelihood of us getting arrested if we just go into the Temple of Benadar and get money and then buy gear?
it's getting back out, and if there's any traitors or spies in that
We
building,
don't know where their loyalties lie.
You can't trust anyone, you know.
I don't want to mug a guard though.
That's why we leave that to Sulan.
You can't just leave all your problems to someone else, Saphira.
I can't mug a guard.
Exactly. You're expecting Sulan to do it for you.
No, because I can't do it.
You could if you wanted to.
No, I can't.
What's stopping you?
My religious code and my code of honor.
Pfft.
Hit him.
I'm gonna slap him at least. I'm gonna
Ow!
I slap Adrian across the face.
Ow!
You're
What
lucky
was
you're
that
not wearing
for?
a gauntlet, otherwise
Yeah.
you'd take damage.
Don't you ever disrespect my beliefs and my religion.
I may be able to get my hands on some gold, if it would help.
Well, yes, you could sell your blood to Charles here.
Don't do that.
No, I may have hidden some in the city before I left. I wasn't quite sure if we'd have.
That would be rather fortuitous. I would
Where did
not
you
ask
hide it,
where
though?
you hid it, but
Oh,
if you could
I guess.
obtain it.
Well, I'd need some clothes and a bit of time.
You have
Well, I've asked around, but no one's willing to commit the crime of putting clothing on your body.
Well, I don't think I could wear my.
The most I could get out of my men were these 3 triangles.
I don't think my normal attire is going to work
You've got
in
your
this
conspiracy
situation.
robes, won't that do?
Oh, you can't be caught dead in them.
No.
Well, you can be caught dead in them, but you shouldn't be.
I might have to wear a dress.
what?
Seraphine is chortling.
Do you want the money or not?
Where are we going to find a dress?
What, seriously? A dress is that scarce around here?
No, I mean, like, I'm assuming you mean a fine...
No, anything
No, I
to
thought
go
just
out
thought he
in.
meant some kind of peasant woman's just dress so he could walk about.
Oh, that? I'll just wait till nighttime and steal one.
Again with the
So this
stealing.
comes back to just mugging someone.
No, you just raid a clothesline. Go out to the foregate and just whip one off a line.
How would you feel if someone did that to you?
Well, I'm assuming you're going to return it when you're done.
Yes, you could just return it.
It shouldn't be too hard to just find some random clothing.
And surely you've got female members in your resistance who don't need to wear their clothing all the time.
I look at you when you say that.
I merely meant.
We know what you mean. We know exactly what you mean.
No, I just meant that they need to go to sleep now and then, and they would.
Oh, to sleep, huh?
Or to
bathe,
or something.
I know this is probably not the time, but you really need to get laid. And
Well,
don't
what
look
is-
at me because I'm not doing
What
it.
does it have to do with anything?
I think you'd be a little less angry all the time.
I'm angry because we go to the shittiest places. Why can't we go somewhere nice?
You could come home with me if you
Why
want.
does destiny never choose me to go to the Bahamas?
Wait, why does he get to go with where your tribe of women are and I don't?
Do you really want to go?
Yes.
Well, I mean, don't we have to go get your shield bearer first?
Yes, I was being...
Facetious.
Liv.
Yes.
Oh. That's not very nice. I thought it might have been a good learning experience. You said your wise ones are knowledgeable in different kinds of magic.
All the guys also love you.
That was The Champions of Jor-Karroc, an archival recording of an AD&D 2.5 edition pen and paper role-playing game night. The opening credits music was Lords of the Sky from the Battleforge OST. These musics are used in a non-profit archive tabletop session played and no ownership is expressed or implied. Video footage from the intro is credited in its video format. The preceding game night may have contained music and sound from Imogen Heap, George Michael, Evanescence, Age of Wonders 2, Aeon, Baldur's Gate, Baldur's Gate 2, Battle Realms, Battle Forge, Castlevania Lords of Shadow, Conan the Barbarian, Consortium, Daggerfall, Dark Souls, Dark Souls 2, Darksiders, Darksiders 2, Demon's Souls, Diablo 2, Diablo 3, Divinity 2, Dragon Age Origins, Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen, D&D Official RP Soundtrack, EverQuest 2, Fable The Lost Chapters, God of War 2, God of War 3, Guild Wars Eye of the North, Guild Wars Factions, Guild Wars Nightfall, Guild Wars Additional Music, Heroes of Might and Magic 5, Hitman Blood Money, Kingdoms of Amalur, Reckoning, Krull, Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver, Lords of the Fallen, Lord of the Rings War in the North, Morrowind, Vampire the Masquerade, Oblivion, Pillars of Eternity, Risen, Sacred 2, The Settlers 2, The Settlers 5, The Witcher 2, The Witcher 3, The X-Files, Trine, Trine 2, Unreal Tournament 2004, Wolfenstein The New Order, Fallout New Vegas, Golden Axe, Age of Conan, RoboCop, Blind Guardian, Deus Ex, Halo, Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo 3 ODST, Halo Reach, The Hobbit Trilogy, The Star Wars Special Edition Trilogy, The Star Wars Prequel Trilogy, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, Metal Gear Solid 2, Metal Gear Solid 4, Serenity, the Star Trek movie soundtracks, Star Wars The Old Republic, Manos, The Hands of Fate, Babylon 5, Gran Turismo 5, Deathstalker, Phantom of the Opera, Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy VII Advent Children, Desadia Duodecim, miscellaneous other classical music, sound effects, or fantasy tracks taken from YouTube, too numerous to list. Music is used as a non-profit manner to enhance gameplay and is included in the archive as audible on the night. If you would like to be credited for your music and it is not listed here, please send a message to the channel and a proper credit will be applied in the description and future audio credits. The preceding archival recording contains strong language, sexual references, adult themes, and should not have been listened to if you are under the age of 18, have a history of mental disorders, lack coping skills, a chronic inability to press stop or back buttons, find said material offensive, are easily upset, disgusted, offended by puns, are pregnant, or have no sense of humor.
Only blood will satisfy the dragon. Yours or one of the little people you control. You may substitute their blood for your life, but without a sacrifice, you lose all.